What is up? Welcome back. If you understand this concept, you apply it to your training, it will change the way you look at your training and it will lead to more results. You will grow more muscle as a result after watching this video. What's up guys, I'm Drake Anderson. I'm a fitness coach. If you want to see more videos like this to help you with your fitness training, nutrition, concepts like that, mindset, leave a like, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So as I explain this concept, I'm going to start with the simplest version. So even if you don't make it through the video and you only understand the beginning, you only watch the beginning, you will get something out of this video that you can apply to your training to make your training more efficient, to get more results. Okay, to get more gains. As the video goes, I'm going to add in some more layers to the concept to make it a little bit more complex, hit it with some nuance so you can get a better understanding of the concept and get more out of it so you can apply it to your training even better. All right, so let's get into this bitch. We are going to be breaking down mechanical tension. All right, what is mechanical tension? Why the fuck is it important? Why does it matter, okay? And how can we get the most out of this concept? Mechanical tension is what causes muscle growth. Mechanical tension occurs during those repetitions close to failure when you are trying to move the weight as hard as you can, but the weight is involuntarily slowing down as you reach true failure. So it's about like that 5-ish reps as you approach true failure. The weight's slowing down, you're fighting it as hard as you can, and ultimately that last rep is like a grinder. Okay, that is mechanical tension. That is what causes muscle growth. Okay, this is when your brain is tapping into your highest threshold motor units, which contain your type 2 muscle fibers, your biggest muscle fibers, and those ones have the most potential to grow. At the simplest form, if you understand this, you start taking your sets to complete failure, you will be creating mechanical tension within your workouts, and you will be stimulating more muscle growth as a result. So that is step one of this video. That is the first layer, just understanding what mechanical tension is. All right, so part two, we are going to get slightly more complex now, and I'm going to break this down pretty simply, but why is it more than just taking every set to failure? Where is the nuance, and why is it important that you think about it a little bit more, take it another step further to enhance your training? And in order to do this, we need to talk about perception of effort, what actually happens as you take a set to failure, and the principles, the basic principles of fatigue, and how all three of these things are related to each other and affect your gains as a result. So let's go. So in order for me to explain this in a simpler way and give you a better visual representation, I created these two drawings on these whiteboards, and I'm going to be showing you them, explaining them, and giving you like a better visual layout to explain these concepts even further. We need to actually explain what happens as you reach failure, true failure, and in order to do that, we need to explain what perception of effort is. Okay, perception of effort is literally a sensation, and it actually determines a signal that is sent out from your brain to recruit your motor units, okay, your muscle fibers. So when you go to pick up a weight, when you begin your exercise, okay, you begin your workout, depending on how heavy the weight is and how hard you are trying to move this weight, okay, when you go to pick it up, this creates a sensation known as perception of effort, okay, based upon how heavy the weight is and how hard you are trying to move that weight. This signal goes to your brain, and inside your brain, this perception of effort turns into an electrical signal. This signal then goes down your spine, okay, and out to your working muscles. The heavier the weight is and the harder you're trying to move it, this signal will be larger, and your brain will recruit your higher threshold motor units. And your higher threshold motor units contain your type 2 muscle fibers, which are your bigger muscle fibers and have the most growth potential. As you approach true failure within a set, your brain can no longer take the signal any higher because you've reached your limit. All right, so to put it simply, whenever you approach true failure, you essentially just reach maximum perception of effort. Your brain cannot make that signal any stronger and recruit any more motor units. You've maxed out your motor unit recruitment. You've reached your ceiling for voluntary effort at that point, and that's why this set has to stop. It's not because your muscles are just tired, you can't produce any more force. They've even done studies where They'll have people take sets to failure. They'll do as many reps as they can, and then they literally shock their muscles after they finish that set, and their muscles are able to continue producing force when they're electrically stimulated. Okay, now we are going to be talking about how to tie all of these concepts together: mechanical tension, fatigue, perception of effort, so you can get the best, simplest understanding of how these things are related, so you can get the most out of your training, get more muscle growth as a result, and yeah, just get fucking jacked faster. So let's tie this together. So what are fatigue mechanisms? Fatigue mechanisms are anything that take away from that sensation that can hinder that signal from your brain to your motor unit recruitment. There are fatigue mechanisms at the brain, which are called supraspinal, at the spine, okay, your CNS, and then in your muscle itself at the peripheral level. Okay, this is mostly calcium ion and metabolite accumulation. So the more fatigue you have, the more of these principles that you have indicated by yellow, the smaller perception of effort max you have. And this will limit your maximum motor unit recruitment. Okay, and this is why rest periods are important. When you have longer rest periods indicated by this green check mark up here, okay, you will have more motor unit recruitment. You can even test this. If you do a set to failure and you wait 30 seconds, indicated by this red star down here, okay, if you go straight across, you're not gonna get that much motor unit recruitment. You won't get as many repetitions. This could even like indicate a drop set. If you were to do a drop set, essentially whenever you reach failure at the initial part of the set, that is where you got the most stimulating benefits from that set. You've created mechanical tension, you've reached true failure, you've stimulated your high threshold motor units. Whenever you drop that weight, you essentially just lower your perception of effort and you decrease this signal, and you are only exercising your lower threshold motor units. And no, you are not causing these to grow. You are not causing mechanical tension within these muscle fibers. This is what people call junk volume, whenever you're just doing sets and reps that are not contributing to any meaningful stimulus for muscle growth. Now, as your workout goes on and is longer and you keep adding more sets, your maximum perception of effort will decrease the more sets you do and the longer your workout is, because some of these fatigue mechanisms have residuals and some of them last throughout the whole workout. And that's part of your recovery from workout to workout. So that's why shorter, more effective workouts are important for muscle growth. So how does this relate to mechanical tension, motor unit recruitment, and fatigue? Mechanical tension is about those last 5-ish reps to failure, okay? Proximity to failure, those last 5-ish reps. If you are fresh and recovered, indicated by the blue line, and you take your rest periods, you take your 3 to 5 minute rest periods, even longer if it's like an extremely fatiguing set, your motor unit recruitment will be higher within that set to failure. This is why all sets to failure aren't the same. If you do a fatigued set, meaning, for example, you do a set and you're breathing really hard, or you're dealing with pain, or you're hungry, or your mood's just low, any level of these things, or you're doing split squats and you just hate them, so you're just not going as hard in them, you just feel like they're tougher, your motivation's low that day, your girlfriend broke up with you, and it's deeper in your workout, so you're having residuals from this metabolite accumulation, okay, it's deep. You're on like your 10th set within your workout. Indicated by the yellow line, your motor unit recruitment will just be lower as a result. It won't be as high as you were when you started the workout fresh. Okay, and if you take a short rest period, those metabolites aren't cleared, those fatigue mechanisms aren't cleared at the brain, and as a result, your motor unit recruitment will be lower. You won't be stimulating your high threshold motor units and your bigger muscle fibers as a result. All right, guys, that is all for this one. Leave a like, leave a comment if this helped you, or if you have any other things that you want covered in upcoming videos. I'm switching it up a little bit. We're still going to be doing some mindset stuff, but we're going to be talking about some nutrition and other things as well. And I'm going to be bringing you guys on some of my journeys, adventures, things like that upcoming. So yeah, that being said, get yours. You know I'm going to get mine. Till the next one, peace.